Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori, and today I wanted to kind of go through all of the leftover December daily supplies that I have. I've got them in this gigantic bin right here. This is like, I think, probably double the size of the bin that I keep my October daily supplies in, so it's quite huge. And I have on top here a few things that I have purchased this year. So these are all new to me supplies, not necessarily newly released, but supplies that I have purchased this year to use for either December card making or documenting my December in my December daily this year. So we will go through these and then just kind of check through and see what I've got left over. I've got a lot of reusable supplies, so like stamps and dies, which is pretty much what all of these new things are as well. But I've still got paper and embellishments and all that type of stuff left over from the last couple of years as well. I did do a video probably about like a week ago or something now. They're all running together of the Ali Edwards haul that I did, or that I purchased. So I will have all of those supplies. I'm not going to go through those in this video since I already did a video on that, but I will like link it up here if you want to go watch that to see what I purchased from Ali Edwards this year. All of these, with the exception of these two items, I purchased from Simon Says Stamp, and I got the Tim Holtz Ideology word plaques and tags for Christmas, and they're like these little metal tags that might be a little bit hard to read, but they say sweets, wishes, wonder. This little one has a 25, this one has a star, Merry Christmas, and good tidings of comfort and joy. And I thought that these would be really fun to use in my albums this year. These next two I got specifically with card making in mind. So I have the Fa La La Fringe Tree stamp set and coordinating dies from Concord and Ninth. And then I also have the Festive Foliage Tree. This has a stamp set, coordinating dies, and a stencil that is from Pink Fresh Studio that I purchased to maybe make some of my December cards with this year. So I've got those two new things. I found this stencil at Michael's. It was on sale, I believe, 40 or 50% off. And I love the way that it looks. It's a snow globe stencil, and I'm super excited to mess around with this year because I usually do a page specifically about snow globes because I purchase a new one every year. And then this one is, I believe, a new release from Studio Calico, but I actually won it in a little craft party thing, and so I am super excited to use this as well because it is a Paisley Press stamp set, and I talked about it in the Ali Edwards haul that I did. I love Liz Tamanaha's handwriting and the stamps and stuff that she creates, so I'm super excited to have this stamp set in my collection now. So those were all of the new things that I purchased for this year. So everything that's left in this massive bin box thing is all stuff that I have purchased from the last several years of actually documenting my Decembers. So I'm just going to pull all of this out because I think it would be easier to do it that way. And then we will kind of go through each thing. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, goodness. So I think it would be easiest to probably start with all of my reusable supplies. So stamps, stencils, dies, and stuff like that. I consider all of these reusable supplies because I can use them over and over again every year. They also would be the supplies that I would invest probably the most in just because of their reusability. So I've got quite a lot here, and I'm just gonna sort them by brand. I think would be the easiest. So for my stamps, I've got some left over specifically from December dailies in the past. These, and I complain about this all the time, I feel like none of these have actual names on them, so I have no idea what they are called. I think this one was from, I think both of these may have been from 2022, because I think that was the first December Daily album that I did. So I think both of these are from that year. And then I have several from Studio Calico, another brand that does not name stamps. So let me grab all of those. Okay. So I've got these ones that are from Studio Calico. This one actually coordinates with the little house stamp that I have. This one, do I have any with a white background? This one is designed by In a Creative Bubble. I do like this one quite a bit. It's really cute. I think this one specifically, I think I talked about getting rid of this one in the past, either giving it away or donating it or something like that. I don't know how I feel. I think I might still do that because I don't think I used this once last year. So it's from Studio Calico, but I don't know if I should keep this or if I should get rid of it. And then the last one, I really like this little Merry and Bright, and then also the Oh What Fun. And the Fa La La La, I really like a lot too on that one. These ones are all from Ali Edwards. Again, no names for these. I think this one came out last year. It was like a nice little tag thing. And then one of the Paisley Press ones, I think it was this one, came out last year. And then this was the year before. I almost always get the Paisley Press stamp set. I did get it again this year as well. And this came out last year from Ali Edwards. And then this one is the Holiday Seals from Everyday Explorers. I really like this one as well. Though it doesn't look like I've actually used it even once since I purchased it. It is a couple years old now, I think. I think this came out in 2022, if I'm remembering correctly, but that could be a lie. I don't know. So I need to make an effort to use this one this year, I think, because I really love it. All right. And now getting into the kind of multi ones. These are just die cuts. It says Merry and Bright. I actually used this last year when I made Christmas cards for my co-workers at work. So I loved this. All of these from Pink Fresh Studios, with the exception of this one. I did a holiday card making workshop either last year or the year before. I think it was last year. And all of these were included in that. So I got these all with that workshop. So this is the Folk Snowflake. It comes with the stamp, a die, a coordinating die, and a coordinating stencil sheet. All four of these do. So Folk Snowflake I got. Ornaments and Foliage, Holiday Spirit, and then this last one is Holiday Gifts. I really like the Holiday Gifts one because it has a matching little envelope die, and I love those. This one I purchased separately. This is the Berry Branch. I believe I got this stamp free with a scrapbook.com order, and then I just went back and purchased the coordinating stencils and also the coordinating die that goes with this one. This is another stamp that I actually used, this whole set really. I used this last year when I was making cards for the people that are like higher above me at work, and I loved the way that those cards came out. They were so nice. So I've got all of those from Pink Fresh Studio, in addition to that new one that I just purchased this year. This stamp, stencil, and die set was part of that exact same card making like thing that I just talked about for Pink Fresh Studio. This is the Festive Foliage. This is a stamp, coordinating dies, and then there was also a stencil that went with this. So these are from the Stamp Market. And then I have some here from Spellbinders. I have an embossing folder here. This is the embossing folder of the month from October of 2022. I purchased this from the clearance section on their website, and I love it. So you can't really see what it looks like, unfortunately. I don't even know if there's a way for me to show what it looks like. If you could maybe see like that, but so cute. I love it. This was the Big Jolly Santa. All three of these came from the October 2023 large die of the month, small die of the month, and the clear stamp and die of the month. I was signed up for all of these last year, so I got all three of them. I think I signed up for like the bundle that just had all three, like the big die bundle or something. I don't know what it's called. I'm not signed up anymore, but I really loved all of these. Even though I haven't actually used these dies yet, I need to use them. So I'm probably going to have some card making videos on my channel for Christmas cards. And I was also thinking about going live to make some Christmas cards just to get them done, because I do want to make a lot of Christmas cards this year. I would love to know if that's something you would be interested in seeing down in the comments below. Let me know. So for the small die of the month, this was a Big Jolly Santa, and it makes this little card here. So cute. And then the clear stamp and die of the month was these adorable little penguins. I did make some cards with this last year. And then it's got a coordinating die for each of the stamps. And then this last one was the Christmas Boutique, and it makes this as a card, and I think it's so gorgeous. I love it. I really want to use this one specifically this year. All right, so that's all of the reusable things that I have. We're going to go through this little bin next because I think this is just filled with random things. I've got a stencil in here. I actually cut this stencil on my Cricut using the digital file from Allie Edwards. This is the Joy stencil, and since this is clear acetate that I initially cut it on, it is really hard to see really anything. Actually, nope, I don't have one. I used it in my album last year already. So this was really fun, though I might recut this out because I did buy some different material that I wanted to use a stencil that's a little bit thicker than this. So I might recut this out this year, but this is another essentially reusable item. I have a little tag that I made last year that I never actually used, so I stuck it in here with my supplies to kind of remind myself to use it. I also have a Christmas card that I made last year that I never actually sent out. But yeah, there's nothing inside it. It's just a little Christmas card that I wanted to send out. So I might send this one this year or give it to somebody. And then I have lots of scraps in here as well. A button. I don't know why that's in there. I've got leftover ribbon from last year. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. A piece of gold foiled plastic acetate type thing, transparency. This is, I think, something I printed out. This feels really thin, so I must have printed that out from a digital collection. The December card from Stories by the Month last year before I canceled that. Another scrap piece of paper that I liked. I have this little Joy pocket left over, and then lots of little offcuts of patterns that I really liked that I didn't want to toss. There's a lot of them in here, And honestly, maybe I'll see if I can use some of these for card making with some of those little shapes that I have. I might have to set these someplace else so I can easily find them. I have these little canvas pockets left over from the first year I did December Daily. I mistakenly ordered 2 of these. I worked through some more of this sheet last year, but I still have a whole nother one. I have a little tag in here that I made last year that I liked and I didn't want to toss. These are from Studio Calico. I think I put them in here to see if I would use them, and I never ended up using them. Some more of those patterned paper cutoffs that I really liked. I've got some glassine bags. I always save these. If I order from a company and they send their stuff in a glassine bag, I save them. These are little pictures from 2022. I guess I've just been keeping in here. And these, I believe, are mostly just going to be the transparencies, which I always buy. I did buy them again this year as well. So transparencies and then the die cut pages. So I've got the heart one that I never used. Another tag one, which I will probably use this year. I really like this. A tree one. I did use one of the tree ones last year. Jolly, Happy, Peace, Merry, Joyful, and Twinkle. These circle, like these inner shaped ones, honestly, like they are a struggle for me. I've got 3 circle ones and some heart ones, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with those. If you have any recommendations, let me know down in the comments. And then the rest of these, I believe, are transparencies between the last 2 years. So I've got this red and green stripe, green snowflakes. This one says, may your days be merry and bright. Some not snowflakes, some wreaths. There's 6 wreaths here. I'm going to grab this little tag so we can kind of see some of these white ones. So we've got 6 wreaths right there on that one. This says merry and bright. This is super cute. I like this one a lot. We've got nutcrackers. And I have been thinking about doing like a nutcracker painting craft with my kids. So that might be a good one to use that for. And then a gather. All right, so that's everything in there. I have this little like embroidery thread box that I've just got a bunch of embellishments in. I'm not going to pull everything out, but I've got a bunch of circles. These are both vellum and cardstock. I've also got squares, the little houses from the embellishment pack a couple of years ago. I've got stars up here, and these are hearts, arrows, and stars, I believe. There's some more hearts right here. These are mostly just kind of long strips of words in that one. I did throw in here a wax melt that I did last year or the year before, and I actually have already created a few more of those, and I think I might pop them in here as well. These ones are random embellishments. And then I also have like fabric embellishments and some of the pleather embellishments. And honestly, I think the pleather embellishments are always my favorite. I love them so much. So I've got those ones that are like super tiny and can fit into those little sections. And then I also have these 6 like 4x6 photo things. So I've got these separated. These are all puffy stickers and chipboard pieces. These are all my 3x4 cards, and I have too many of them, and I am not flipping through all of these. I also have one that has just 4x6 cards. Again, too many of these. I don't feel like I use them in these albums, but I really want to make an effort to try and get some of these used up this year. I've got quite a lot. Let's see. This one is tags and frames. So I've got some of these little pocket tags from last year. These little frames that came in the Paisley Press kit that I never used, unfortunately. So hopefully I'll be able to use those this year. And then just some other random little tag shapes that I just stuck all in here. I also have quite a bit of sequins. I've got quite a bit of sequins here, and I don't think I used these ones last year, these pretty pink posh ones, but I purchased all of these from Belle Rose because I was influenced by Ellie Edwards, and I didn't even open them. So hopefully I use some of these this year. I think my problem is that there was just so much blue, and like this one has a lot of purple. And those colors don't just call to me during the Christmas season, so I wasn't feeling them. So hopefully I can get some use out of them this year. And then in my last little bin here, I've got probably the things that I used most in these projects. I've got my little tabs. And these are probably from the last 2 years. So I've got the little tabs. I also have a lot of word phrase stickers. Again, from the last 2 years. I also purchased them again this year. So I've got a lot of these. I've got some white alphabet stickers. These are from the Paper Person shop, or this one just says Kelly Perky, but I've never purchased from her as Kelly Perky. So I purchased them from the Paper Person shop. And I put these ones in here because I can color them. As you can see right here, I had colored one red at one point. And then I just have some of these red circle stickers. So that's pretty much all of the embellishments that I have. I have a lot left over because I have been just kind of keeping everything from the last couple of years. And I've got a ton of paper. I've got them all in this little kind of paper folder thing. And I have a lot. So I've got some regular 8x10 papers. Then I've got 6x8 papers back here. This one has 3 or 4x8. I think this was just random stuff that I had found and just stuck in an empty pocket. I've got all of the vellum paper in its own pocket, all of my craft paper in its own pocket, and then the transparencies also in its own little pocket here. And then these ones back here are all scrap cutoffs from bigger sized papers that I didn't want to get rid of or recycle or anything like that. I wanted to keep them. So there's a lot of papers in here. I do want to flip through the 8x10 papers and the 6x8 papers, mostly because I want to get an idea of what I have in those sizes, because those will be the ones that I use primarily. And I probably have, okay, I'm blocking all my light by stacking everything over here. Oh, goodness. I also have been considering that I want to use up some of these papers in my card making, so I do want to see what I've got currently on hand. So these are the 8x10 papers that I have. I really like this one. And funnily enough, I was literally just thinking about how I wish I had a red and white stripe to use for a card, so I do have one of those. I've got this one. I'm just going to flip through them really quickly so you can see what I've got. Alright, so those are my 8x10 papers, and I do think I'll probably get through quite a few of these because I do want to use some of them for making cards. This one, I don't even know if you can see it. It's got like some dots on it. These are old papers too because these are true 6x8s. This will be good for a card, which is probably why I didn't end up using them last year because they're true 6x8s. They don't have anything on the back of these ones. And then these ones are all the Allie Edwards outside the page protector size. I think this one originally was a 10x8 and I cut it down and just kept it as a 7x8.25. I've got two of these. I don't think that there was one there might be another one, honestly, in the Paisley Press kit this year. I don't even remember, but I think I might glue one of these to the inside of my album just to get it used up for this year because I haven't used them for the past 2 years. But I love them. I love them so much. And I think this was from December Stories by the Month of last year, and I really liked it and thought it could be used for my December Daily album. And I just didn't get around to using that one. I'm going to be using this album again. I purchased 2 of these last year. Cool, this is ripped, so I guess that would be a perfect place for me to put one of these things here because that sucks. Hopefully I did that and it didn't come that way and I just never noticed it. So I purchased 2 of these albums last year because I wasn't sure if I would go into 2 albums, and I didn't. I managed to stay in 1 album, and that's going to be my goal for this year as well. So I'm just going to use my second album here for this year, so I will be working in a 6x8 album. I will also be making every single effort to do a daily video again, similar to how I did with October Daily. Though October Daily, I tend to be a little bit more lenient with when it comes to doing the daily videos, and I usually end up doing like 3 to 4 a week instead of 1 every single day. But I'm going to try my hardest because I feel like December Daily is more overwhelming for me than October Daily, and it's much easier for me to stay on top of it if I do complete a daily video. That is my intent for this year, is that I will have a daily video up for my December Daily album and to have it completed by the end of the first week of January, because I want to get things put away and get moved on. But if I don't finish it this same year, I usually tend to forget the project exists. So that's why I usually try my hardest to finish them within the same month that my goal is to finish them, because otherwise I will set it aside and just forget about it. And I don't want to do that with these projects because I love them so much and I love to look back on them. I would love to know if you are going to be participating in December Daily this year. Let me know down on the comments. And how do you document your December Daily? Do you normally go day by day? Do you document your day each day, or do you just tell random stories throughout the month? I tend to tell 25 random stories. Some happen same day that I'm documenting, but for the most part, they're usually just 25 random stories that can happen on any day in the month, or maybe even like a past story or something like that. I find that that works best for me and helps me to be able to complete the project, so I'm going to continue doing that. I would love to know, though, how you approach this project if you do participate in it down in the comments below. But I think that is going to be it. I think that's all I've got to share today. I do think I might have a video of me actually setting up all of these supplies. I did do a craft cart tour last year, so I'll either have something like that or even a video of me actually setting up the craft cart. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I am hoping to have something up for that as well, and a foundation page video too, coming up sometime this month. But that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!